What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies, and welcome to a bonus episode this week where we talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode number 1. I'm joined by Dallas and Dan, and we're going to jump into this. What did you guys think about the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
It was good-ish.
Good-ish?
Yeah, no, it was, I mean, there were some things I really liked about it. I really liked the fact that we're getting a lot of background on Sam and Bucky. You know, two characters that they really haven't focused on in the movies. We get more information about them, like particularly like how, you know, everyone focuses on Captain America and him being a man at a time, but Bucky also is. Mm-hmm. And to find out like how hard is it for him to adjust to normal life. So I thought that was really good. And I feel like there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree too. I did like the personal time we got with those two characters, especially since now with the Marvel movies, there's so many characters in. Without a solo movie, you really don't get a lot of background for these. So this is nice that they have this TV show. So we're getting that background for both Sam and Bucky. And I think it's pretty interesting. Show looks like it's going to be dealing with interesting topics as well, especially with Sam and his family struggling a little bit right now. It's interesting that they don't get any money. None at all.
That is very interesting. It's like, really?
Like,
you would think there would be some sort of program or something, you know?
Something. I know you don't become a superhero to make money. Like, you're doing it out of the good of your heart, which is all good and stuff.
The soldiers make money. They're paid. The army is paid. Aren't they basically like super powered soldiers? Especially since the Sokovia Accord things. They're basically super powered soldiers.
Yeah, especially after the Sokovia Accords.
What I was going to say. Like, the Accords say that they're government agents now, so then they should get paid.
A stipend or something. Like, that is messed up, I feel like. Especially when it's... Like, I get, like, hey, you probably can do your own stuff on the side when you're not, you know, falconing or whatever. But...
That's a word.
But, like, what if, like, the Avengers need to go after this person and that takes a couple of weeks? Like, I don't get anything. I gotta live, you know? I'm not saying pay them millions, but, like, come on, man.
I mean, pay them more than the army soldiers because they're doing more.
Yeah.
They did just say the universe.
Yeah,
right?
the entire universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Multiple times. And not just on Earth, they go out of space. They covering so much more ground, and y'all just not gonna give them like a living wage?
Yeah, man. I'm like, that's messed up. And then we witnessed some good old redlining in the bank right there, which is, hey, that's how it happens, right?
Yeah, not surprising there at all.
Yeah,
nope, no. It's definitely not.
Yeah, like, oh, you're missing income for like 5 years. Like, yeah,
because I was missing.
I wasn't here.
And like you said, like a multi-billions of other people.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. So it's touching on personal issues like that. You got Bucky dealing with like the people that he's killed, which I thought was interesting. You know, that's got to be hard. But he's going to therapy.
What I thought was interesting is because I never really thought about it. Like, I can't say I really actually liked Bucky because of his character. Like, I kind of had like my reservations about it because of what he did to Tony's family and how, you know, Captain America was kind of like sweeping it under the rug just because his brain was kind of scrambled. It's like,
it's definitely not his fault.
Yeah, but it's like Captain America was kind of sticking himself in between where he should not have been.
They would have killed him. I'm going to step in on this. They would have killed him.
But hang on. At that time, that's how I felt, like, through the movies. But then, listening to him through the therapist and what he said, he was like, I basically lived my life going from one fight to another for 90 years. And never had any time to, like, sit and process everything. And then that's kind of what changed my mind.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, that's got to be difficult. From war to, you know, this fight with all these, you know, super beings and whatnot, and never really having a chance to, like, just sit back and, like, take things in. Like, you never have a chance to yourself. So, like, yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah.
I get that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how how they recover from that, or how he recovers from that, and like what it does to him, how it changes him and whatnot. And him and Sam didn't really get along in Civil War. So I was watching that earlier today too. So
yeah.
yeah. Cause like remember when he went back, he was like, "Can you move your seat?" He was like,
No.
I love that movie, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah,
they didn't talk in this movie, right? Not the movie.
They didn't.
In this first episode, I don't think they seen each
No,
other.
they didn't talk at all.
No, it was
Yeah,
separate
yeah,
stories.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely separate stories. But yeah, I think I'm interested to see their relationship. I think that's going to be pretty good, especially since they both had that common thread with Steve Rogers of being their friend. And obviously Bucky needs this. He's hanging out with the old guy, which I guess he relates to because he's an older person. But like he's hanging out with him because he killed his son, and like he can't bring himself to tell him that, which I don't know. I personally wouldn't. Don't tell that dude you killed his son. I don't.
That's not going to end well at all. Like I know he's trying to make amends or whatever, but that is not how you do it.
No.
Yeah, especially after all that time you've been hanging out with him, knowing this, and you just kept that to yourself. That's kind of like you're gonna lose trust from that, man. Like, I mean,
If you can't befriend a guy and then say, "What? Oh, by the way, I murdered your son." That's what I'm saying.
yeah, like come on now, that's gonna be all bad.
Yeah. So not a lot of action in this first episode, but we did have a few action scenes. First, we started with Sam working with the army, I'm guessing, to stop Batroc the Leaper. So that was interesting. I thought that was a pretty good scene.
That was.
so.
My question was, did they ever say what the LAF was?
No,
Is that something we should just know?
I don't know. I don't look things up, so I don't know.
I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, I feel dumb. Like it's some sort of comic book thing that I should know.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's the first time I've ever heard of LAF, so I don't know. Any of the like recaps I watched. Nobody ever really mentioned what LAF was, so I'm not sure.
It's Los Angeles football.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is. We got more screen time for Red Wing. So there's that. Actually,
these movies have been missing.
yeah, that's exactly what these movies have been missing. More Red Wing. Red Wing needs a show.
You didn't even meet Red Wing until Civil War.
Yeah, that's true. And you only saw it like a little bit, like maybe one scene. But I thought it was used pretty well. Actually, someone pointed out, it's like he probably didn't even need to jump out of the plane. Probably just could have sent Red Wing to, like, well, I guess you needed to carry the guy, right? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a really good scene, I thought. One way to show Sam's skills there. I do like the redesign of the wings. I think that looks pretty
Yeah, I like that too, because the other ones were like really inconvenient.
Yeah.
they just stay there. It's like it's just inconvenient, but yeah.
I was more wing like oh hey, he's using it like a bird would fly. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look more like a falcon's wings, which I think works well. Interesting note, the I forget his name, but the army person that he's working with actually becomes the Falcon after after Sam becomes Captain America in the comics.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, can we talk about this guy? I forgot his name. I want to say something that's not his name though. Who like back should be straight up broken, right?
Who?
The guy who got beat up by the person with powers. Who is this person with
Oh,
powers?
the
and what
army
are
guy.
those powers?
I forget his name. We should know his name because he seems like an important character through this show. Like, he's not just a one-off character.
Yeah, they said his name. Dude on the plane had said his name. I can't remember what he said though.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. His face should be broken. Didn't he get his face stomped?
Yeah, then he comes on the camera with like a band-aid, like bro. Like your face got stumped in. What
Like,
happened?
yo, dude, that was kind of messed up. Yeah, he becomes the Falcon. Interesting is though he gets experimented on by someone. I think it was the Power Broker, which in the end credits the Power Broker's name shows up. So there's a lot of stuff like being inferred there. He actually
Yeah, like
gets.
I'm supposed to know who the power broker is.
Yeah,
You don't know who the Power Broker is?
No.
Come on.
Dan doesn't know who the Power Broker is
Shut
either.
up, man.
I know he doesn't.
Come on, man. Let me live.
No, this is the first time I've heard about the Power Broker. But I like to watch information after I watch the show.
Okay.
So he has actual like wings on his arms, I think, like actual Falcon wings, not
On his arms.
yeah.
So,
I
can
don't know how
he
to-
use his arms still?
Yeah, apparently. I don't
Or
know,
are they
man.
completely wings?
Well, I mean,
Because how you pick up stuff?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. He becomes the Falcon with actual Falcon wings. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, then.
So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that in the show or not. But yeah, we get a lot of nods. Sam gives the shield to the Smithsonian because he doesn't feel like he should be Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's all right, but the government plays him dirty and takes the shield and gives it to
course.
somebody else. So can you just do that?
It's like.
Can the government take stuff out of the Smithsonian? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
It's the government, so.
I mean, but the Smithsonian can do whatever they want to do with their stuff. So maybe they gave it to the government.
that's so
Maybe they sold it
dirty,
to the
though.
government?
They know they played him.
They definitely did, because it's like it was supposed to be a piece in the museum, and that's where it was supposed to stay, because nobody could replace Captain America. But
Yeah,
the government has replaced Captain America. Which
immediately.
I don't know. I don't know if he's like strong, or did he do the program too, or what? Or is he just some regular dude?
So we're thinking, like I mentioned, the Power Broker is going to have something to do with this, and he's giving people powers, and that might be how this new Captain America gets like some strength. So I'm guessing he's going to have to be super powered, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, because if not, then he ain't gonna be no help.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be like everybody else.
Yeah. But while we're on that, interesting thing in the end credits, they showed the one actor who's playing Isaiah Bradley, or rumored to be playing Isaiah Bradley, who's the Black Captain America. His behind the Power Broker, his face was behind there, and so that's making people really think they're going to go down the path of showing the Black Captain America. And the story behind that is when they were testing out the super soldier serum, they tested it out on some black people first
Of course.
to see if it worked, and then after that they gave it to Steve Rogers. So they might be exploring that storyline, and it looks like they are going to.
Wow.
That's interesting if they do,
So
or
like
it
a
could
whole bunch
just
of
be
strong black people walking around.
no, just one. Probably just one, and he's probably still poor since they don't pay anybody. But they were testing it on soldiers, the African American soldiers. So yeah, that I think is going to be real interesting. Also, the Flag Smashers, they seem to be super powered. Well, the one definitely was super powered.
Right. And so, Marvel loved doing this thing where it's like, oh, what's that? And then Sam cuts the guy off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not going to tell us who it is or why this guy has powers?
We'll talk about it later. Like, no, we'll talk about it now. Okay. What was it?
That's how Marvel does their thing. It's been working for them so far. So I'll say.
Oh, but see, my thing is, I feel like they're gonna do a Wonder Woman thing where you set up these thingies and then be like, yeah, we're not gonna tell you anything, or
yeah.
it was just fake. That means nothing. So yeah,
That would suck. So I'm wondering if they all took the super soldier serum. People are like, oh, it could be mutants. I don't think so. No mutants. I think either they took a super soldier serum or this power broker guy came up with something to obviously give people powers. So we're gonna figure that out in the future. Only other action scene we got was the Bucky flashback scene.
Oh yeah, his dream.
Yeah.
Where that Asian dude couldn't compose himself enough to put his key
He could
in the
not
door.
get in the door.
He was missing that door by miles. I'm like, dude, are you serious? You can't be that scared.
I haven't
Like,
been
come
in
on
a
now.
situation with a Winter Soldier murdering people around me, so I don't know if I'll be able to get my key in the door or not.
While he's murdering everybody else, I would have been in my room already.
I would have jumped over the
Like, what are you
banister.
doing?
Like, I'm out. I'm going.
Banister. Like, was getting in his room going to save him?
No.
I mean, no.
Just through a wall, and this dude like, I must get in here because this wooden door is going to save me. Okay.
I feel like he was going to try to sneak in his room before Bucky saw him, because Bucky had to like turn to look at him.
No, Bucky knew he was there. He was going to go in there and kill him.
I mean, maybe, but maybe that's what he was thinking. He's like, I don't think he saw me yet. Maybe if I sneak in his room. But when he was freaking tapping that key on the door so loud, I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Like, they can hear you in the next building over. Like, come on, dude. Get that key in that door.
Man.
Blew my mind, but whatever.
He was like...
He was all over that door, dude. Like, there's so many, like, little holes and nicks in that door right now from that key.
Hey, man, if only his coworkers wanted to go out with him, he would be alive today.
Oh, yeah, if he would have actually went out, yeah, probably. But he had to prepare for whatever he said he was preparing for. Well, he never got to that, did he?
Right, like something that didn't happen now.
Yep, definitely didn't happen.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
But yeah. So, but we got Bucky. He's trying to make amends by capturing a bunch of people or getting them arrested that he's helped with Hydra. Got the one senator arrested. And he does the thing. I'm no longer the Winter Soldier. I'm Bucky Barnes, and this is how I make amends. And then he does that weird smile. I was like, oh, that's funny, man. But this felt. I was kind of like after WandaVision, I'm like, okay, it's not going to be the same as WandaVision. How is this going to be? And watching this, even though it was an hour-long TV show, like it felt like I was watching a movie. Like I was watching the first part of a movie. It really felt like that, and I thought that was really good. I thought it was put together well.
Yeah, everything feels the same. Like it definitely doesn't give me the vibe of a TV show like, at all. In no way, shape, or form. Even the end credits felt like a movie just ended.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
although it ended too soon, it feels like a movie that ends too soon.
It definitely did.
It gave me some Winter Soldier vibes, and at one point I was like, "Oh, it's like a Captain America movie without Captain America, basically."
Yeah,
which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm good with that. It'll work. It should be cool. I wonder if Brody's still gonna be doing some things.
Brody?
Rhodey?
Is that his name?
Yeah, Brody. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What I say, Brody?
Yeah. Well, we know Rhodey is going to be in Armor Wars. Which is that a TV show? I think that's a TV show.
Sure.
Or a movie.
Yeah,
it's one of them.
Never heard of it. So
it was announced when they did their whole Marvel investors meeting. Or the Disney
I wasn't at
investors
the meeting. Yeah, I wasn't at the meeting. I didn't make it to the meeting.
All right, well, they're doing whatever. He has a TV show or movie coming up. So they might tie it in at the end or something, or he's just a cameo for the first episode, you know.
All right. I feel like he does too much in the army. Like he's too big of a name in the army to be a cameo though. Like for them to go through all the rest of the episodes and just we never see Rhodey again. It's been like, wouldn't that feel weird to you?
Are we dealing with the army though?
I mean, Sam is
I
in
think
the
so.
Air Force.
Sam is, yeah.
No, he was
I feel
working with the Air Force. He's no longer in the Air Force.
Yeah, but I think that's
He
going to
just
be
pop
happening.
in and out. That makes him in the Air Force.
U.S. government uses you when they need you.
But he flies, so I feel like that's going to come under some kind of government regulation. So they're going to be like, nope, we got to regulate your flights.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like
Oh, interesting point. Bucky got pardoned apparently, which I mean, fair enough. Like,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't him.
Usually, I'm saying you're responsible for your actions, but I mean, I'm for real. I don't think Bucky should serve time for any things he did. Like,
But those are some really weird words to like really set you off. You know what I mean? Like, those are some really weird words. Like, why those words? Yeah, train.
that's not how mind control works. It doesn't have to be
Abracadabra. Like, I mean, like, huh? Why these words?
Okay, David, you want to
That's
hydrate to
weird.
choose better words?
Yes, man. Like a freight car? Who calls it freight car anymore? Like, come on, man.
They came up with
daybreak.
It was the 40s when they came up with the words.
But still, it's like, why these words? Why not just reset Winter Soldier or something like that? Like, why not just that? Something simple. Dude had to go get a book so that he can know the words.
So no one else can control the Winter Soldier, but them.
Okay, so say it in German
It was in Russian.
or in Russian, whatever. Ain't nobody gonna know no Russian over here. I mean, it was just too for me. For me, it was just like too many words, too many odd words. Like, it could have been some other kind of code or something, like the rabbits in the hat or something like that. some kind of code word, man.
All right. Well, all right. Well, that's cool. So did Sam get pardoned too? Because technically Sam was a fugitive, right?
They probably just gonna skip over all of that.
Yeah, probably went to that.
Yeah, all right.
Like, you served your 5 years.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, you know.
Yeah. So, I don't think much else happened this episode though.
No, not a whole lot.
I do want to say I do like how we focus more on like the consequences of bringing everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ever do Endgame, one of my things was like, did they ever really think about like what happens when you bring everyone back? It's like, oh, everyone has their family back, but it's not all roses and unicorns either, though.
I think New Rockstars did a video on that, the consequences of bringing everybody back, and it's pretty bad. It actually is worse than the consequences of bringing everyone back suddenly is worse than everybody disappearing. Like, it does worse for the infrastructure and everything. Because you got to remember, it's been 5 years. People are set up already. Like, you got people coming into other people's houses.
Right, true.
You know, what about kids that came back and their parents aren't there anymore? Like, I don't, you know.
And then that fiasco at the hospital in WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like WandaVision touched on it well, where it was, you know, her mom died without her being there.
Yeah.
And now she's back, and now she's alone.
Well, one thing, you had the infrastructure to, you know, provide food and all that stuff for 4 billion people. Now it's back to 8 billion people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like, people are going to starve.
Yeah.
How do you get houses? Like, whose house is it? Like, somebody bought this house and they've been there for 5 years, and all of a sudden you back. So, are you just displaced? Do we need
get out, bro?
We need government things to kind of help these people get back on their feet because they don't have jobs anymore, or, you know.
Yeah, Thanos really messed things up.
Yeah. It's a bit rough. And so, yeah, exploring what happened after the blip is I think is a good idea.
It's cool. It's cool.
So, that was Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it's gonna be good. It was a slow start, but you know, with WandaVision, we got 2 50s episodes, right? So,
True.
Yeah, we got to get into the meat of things. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I have a lot of questions.
A lot of
Questions that I'm hoping it answers.
I'm not letting nothing go. A lot of questions.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the answers to. Apparently, episode 2 is going to be really good. So
It's got to, because like, even though it was a slow episode, the way it ended was like, whoa. It kind of like made up for the slow episode.
yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, well, it's Captain America. Who is the dude? Where he come from? How
The
is this gonna conflict
goofiest
with,
looking Captain America. Oh my
Sam? They
god.
look goofy. Yes.
Oh my
Talk
gosh.
about that. He does not have the jawline for Captain America. It was
No.
really that wasn't feeling it. He doesn't.
He do not. Cause like it took a minute to show his face. I was like, wait, let me show what this dude look like. Then they showed his face. I'm like, clown. There's no way.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting though.
Yeah, he was super goofy looking. So yeah, I want to see how that all turns out. Sam's obviously going to be mad about that. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it for our thoughts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode number 1. It was pretty good. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you listened to this entire podcast, but go check it out. The show's pretty good. I think this Marvel's doing pretty well with their TV so far. So yeah,
They are.
yeah. Other than that,
Note to everybody else: if you're gonna make a TV show, make it feel like a movie.
make it feel like a
I
movie.
feel like make it feel like.
I feel like there are a lot of
that's
TV
the right
shows
direction to go with.
out there now that kind of does that. Like if you're watching any of the, like I don't know, streaming services or cable series, they're generally, I think they do that, make it feel cinematic.
I think that could be a big part of it though. The fact that you're streaming it and it's not no commercials.
Yeah.
That's like a big part of it feeling like a movie.
Oh man, commercials would destroy this. Hate commercials.
Yes.
I can't watch anything with commercials anymore. Like that's just not a
Yeah,
thing.
like it really throws me off. I'm like, what is going on?
I know.
What are y'all doing?
No commercials in between.
After you've seen episodes of The Simpsons without commercials, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want commercials anymore.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to be reviewing all the episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so make sure you guys stick around, follow and like wherever you're watching or listening, and thanks for stopping by, guys. Peace out.
Oh my goodness, dude.